Thank you for joining The Journey is Real. I'm CJ Peterson, where we talk to real people who share their real passions and a portion of their heart with us. Today, my guest is Katherine Boyer with the North Texas Book Festival. And thank you for joining us, Katherine.
Thank you for having me here.
Welcome. And speaking with Katherine, she explained that North Texas Book Festival is more than just about literacy and books. Can you share a little bit about what all North Texas Book Festival encompasses?
Well, obviously the literacy in books, but also we like to give small press and self-published authors a venue, a chance to be able to do their thing, whatever it happens to be, and support them as much as we can. We have Facebook and the website and stuff, and if anybody needs to add, like they're going to have an event coming up, they can put it on our Facebook page, put it on Twitter if they want to. We've got that too. And anything that they want to do or that is book or literacy related is fine with us.
Right. And I know that you guys also support by giving grants to different.
That's where I was going next. The reason that we do all of this is to be able to raise funds for grants for public and school libraries and literacy programs. And the grants are they're sent in by all areas of libraries and literacy programs and stuff, and we really enjoy them. And we have a committee who judges who gets what and how much. And I guess at this point, I guess I can tell you that in the 20 years, we've done over $80,000 in grants.
Wow, that is amazing.
Well, we don't consider it. I don't consider it. I think it's great, but at the same time, I would like the idea of being able to give as much as every grantee would like to have, and we can't do that because we aren't raising enough. We haven't been able to raise enough money to do it. So I'm hoping this year that we can do that. It's our 20th year, our 20th anniversary. And
congratulations.
Thank you. So we're hoping to be able to really celebrate books and authors in a big way by giving everybody, all the grant people that request grants, as much as they ask for, up to $1,000. We do between $500 and $1,000 because that's kind of what we can do. But and it's only in the North Texas area, by the way. We have in the past we have done some a little bit. I don't know exactly how to say this. We've done some that are a little bit outside the North Texas area, but because there was a need. A flood, a tornado took out a bunch of stuff at a library. That was one of them, and a flood at another library. But that was in the North Texas area, and then another one inside the North Texas area was a fire. So we've done a little bit of help there. And the other thing that we do is support the little free libraries that are around. You've seen, I know, those, and we support them by paying their fees that they need. But we don't go crazy about it. We check to see if there's a whole lot of others around and stuff like that, and they have to be in the North Texas area.
That's absolutely wonderful. I know you've been a part of the North Texas Book Festival since its inception. Can you share a little bit about the journey, the North Texas Book Festival, from its start to where it is now? Because that's 20 years, so kind of
20 years. I know it's going to be hard to do. The North Texas.
How did it start?
It started because Lynn Sheffield Simmons, who is a children's author living in Argyle, was at a book signing in West Texas, I believe, And somebody said, you need to have one in North Texas. Next thing you know, she's doing it, and she's called me and says, you want to be on the board? And I went, okay. And the next thing I know, we're just going great guns and really enjoying ourselves. Our first year, I'll tell about three times that we've done this. Our first year, we were in at the Texas Motor Speedway, thinking that a lot of people would come out there. Well, quite a few did, but the costs were so much that we really barely made expenses.
Mm-hmm.
We grouped, and the next year we went to South Lake to their little square, South Lake Square that they have there. That was a whole lot better, except there was a little rain. We had tents, but it was a little rain. Then we kept looking around and finally decided on well, at the time, I don't remember what it was called, but the Patterson-Appleton Arts Center, which is our arts center that here in Denton, and we've had that as our home for the last 18 years, except for one year when we had too many authors and had to move it. So we've been real careful about not getting so many authors in, but that year we had over 100 authors, and so we needed to slow it down a little bit. Now we run between 50 and 60 authors every year now.
Now the North Texas Books Festival is free for entry for everybody, correct?
Yes.
And this year it will be August
28th and 29th.
28th and 29th.
Yeah, we used to do the 2 nights, the Friday night and Saturday, and then we cut it back for obviously financial reasons, and we were all getting tired, but this year we needed to go back to it, and so we're having the book trails dinner and awards announcement with our featured authors.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be doing that on Friday night, and then Saturday it's just Nothing Book Festival. Everybody's invited to come meet their favorite authors.
Fun.
Yes, that's real fun. We'll have some entertainment for the kids and for the adults too. There's prizes and games and things that
the balloon guy who always makes me a monkey hanging on a tree.
I hope he's coming this year. We haven't really gotten him set yet, but I'm pretty sure he will, because he likes to come and he has a good time.
Mm-hmm. Well, my sister Ellen Mann and I have been with North Texas Book Festival since 2016 and have enjoyed it over the time. You guys are awesome. We love what you guys do.
Well, thank you so much.
Have there been any stories over the years that have stood out to you?
Well, there's a few. We've had some really famous people at different times. Like we had Alex Cord. Do you know who Alex Cord was?
Actually, I don't.
He was Archangel in Airwolf.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I do know that show. Hawk. I know who that is.
Yes. Anyway, he's a super guy, and he and I have become pretty good friends. And we've had trying to think of some of the others. Locally, we had Donna Fielder, who was a reporter, a big time reporter for the Denton Record Chronicle for a while, and Shelley Cumby Tucker, who has she does a ghost tour around the square and does that kind of stuff. We had Drew Pearson one year. So cool. He's a nice guy. And he was there supporting literacy. Plus, he had his book that he was wanting people to know about. And so it was a lot of fun. I was trying to think. Oh, we had an ambassador one time. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he was a former ambassador to someplace. And I'll find that out and let everybody know one of these, maybe sometime during the year, since we're doing so much.
Well, what fascinates me with North Texas Book Festival is I've run into some amazing authors. I really have. The ones that stand out to me, though, are like the teens. The teens that are actually publishing books.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, you know, they're allowed to come in there as teens and promote their works. And
absolutely. Anybody is welcome to come. All they have to do is fill out the forms and let us know that they're coming.
mm-hmm. Well,
So,
I know that North Texas Book Festival has, like I said, a myriad of things that are going on around it, with the grants, with the featured authors, with
mm-hmm.
the actual book show, the dinner, and the awards that you guys give out each year. Can you share a little bit about those?
The awards are a lot of fun. Everybody can send in 2 books. There's a form on the website that tells you what to do, and it's all online now, except for the books. You have to mail them, but just fill it out and send in the books with all of the proper requirements that we have, and then we have a group of judges, readers, that they're all different every year. This year we're going through the Ponder Library. The readers are people that read your books every day. It's not the ones that, it's not, you know, it's not anybody special. It's the ones that are going to be buying them and reading them and stuff. So they make the judgment, and then we have a big old spreadsheet that we go through and have all the numbers and stuff in there and come up with the winners. And then we announce them a couple of weeks before the festival so that any of the authors that had not planned on coming can. Some think they're not going to be able to make it for some reason or another, and so they.
Well, I know that some of them are Spanish books, and so some of them literally aren't even in the country.
Right. That's one of the other things that we started about 3 years ago, was the Spanish language books, and it's separate, but it's the same. We have to have people who speak Spanish and Spanish to take care of it for us. So we've got a really good. We've had in the past too really good coordinators. This year we have Joel Cardona, and he's doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
They went under the Spanish aspect of it, so it's not like Spanish books are up against English books. The only time
They're their own entity,
right? So they are, but they're judged the exact same way.
mm-hmm.
English books, and so they have their own thing. And when we have our awards, it's announced in Spanish and English, so it's a good time.
That's pretty cool. So when people come onto my show, a lot of times they share about their passions, but they also share the journey behind it and what propelled them to do it. You've been here for 20 years. What really ultimately, Laura might have been the one that initiated it with you, but there's something that's kept you there for 20 years. What is it about it that's keeping you there?
It's the authors, the books, and really the literacy, because we have a situation in our country now where there's nothing that you can do that is not tied to literacy in some way. And people need to know how to read.
Mm-hmm.
I had a young man that wanted to learn how to read really, really bad. And so I said, well, we don't have it. This was not in Roanoke. This was in another city. I said, we don't have anybody, but I will see what I can do to help you. He had no idea about how to start reading. And it was so sad, because if he could have been reading earlier, he would have been able to do better in his job. And so I took him on. And my biggest all moment was when people from his church called. I'm getting ready to cry. Called me and said he read a chapter from the Bible on his own.
Oh, that's so sweet.
He had not even practiced it with his wife. She told me that. I was so excited for him. It was something that was so much like what he wanted to do. And he said he could pick up the newspaper and read it. One of the other big things was that he had gone to get gas and there was a sign on the pump and he hadn't been able to read it before, but then he was able to read it. It said out of order, so he knew not to use it. It's just, it's people like that I've had so much excitement about. Mm-hmm. And the ones that I'm on the other side of the spectrum, the grantees that we cannot give money to for whatever reason, either that we don't have it usually, or their grant is not as good as others. I would love to be able to give a full $1,000 to everybody mm-hmm. that applies for a grant. Just doesn't work that way, and I'm sorry that it doesn't. That hurts me, but we do the best we can.
Right.
And I'm not a part of the grant committee. I don't vote on who gets the money or anything. I go to the meetings, but I don't do any of the grant mm-hmm. Stuff. And that's the two sides of the literacy part. That some are so great, wonderful people and wonderful programs. We've had so many programs that have been that we get reports back every year, and so many that it has made such a difference in their libraries or their literacy programs. And then we had one school was able to buy a bunch of books to be able to send them home with the parents, to be able to do another part of our mission, which is to encourage family interaction in reading, and that's a part of our mission. And so we try to cover every bit of it of the mission.
And reading anymore has become a lost art because everybody sits in front of the screens.
Right. That's
so. As an author, that does break my heart.
And the other part of that is that sitting in front of that screen, they still have to be able to know how to read.
Exactly.
So
whether it's books, whether it's manuals, whether it's letters, whether whatever exactly. It is, reading is. I mean, it goes with the old saying: reading is fundamental, and it is. That is the foundational aspect that you really need to have, and. What Absolutely. You guys do to ensure as best as you possibly can that as many people can read as they can. I applaud you guys. I think it's amazing what you guys do, and you guys are a great group of people.
Well, we just really love doing it, and we've had so many people who have gone through the process with us that are. They still check with us and see how we're doing. They go to the website and check and stuff like that when they've had to give up their part of it for some reason or another. Usually it's time and the kind of the efforts and stuff. So.
Well, I will post the link with your interview. However, for those listening, could you please tell everybody what the website is for North Texas Book Festival?
The website is ntbf.org.
Okay, that's NTBF.
NT, North Texas Book Festival, ntbf.org.
Awesome.
And, we've also got our Facebook group and Facebook page, so you can go to either one of those.
And that allows you to interact with the authors and the different.
Yes, yeah. Go ahead and request to be a member, and I'll get you probably within 24 hours or less.
That's
Usually-
awesome.
usually-
Okay, we have a few minutes left. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm really excited about this year because making an announcement that you don't know about, well, yeah, you do, but you don't really want to do it. Our featured authors this year are C.J. but can't even get it out. C.J. Peterson and L.M. Mann.
Yep, me and my sister.
You and your sister. We're so excited about you all being there. I'm looking forward to it. And
So are we. We were absolutely thrilled. She was so sweet when she messaged us about it, though, for those that are listening. She's just like, I have something I want to ask you guys. Would you guys be interested in doing that? And I didn't even have to check with Lyd. I'm just like, yes, we'll do it. I'll just let her know that we're doing it. And when I told her, she's like, oh, heck yeah. And so we were super excited about that.
Well, we're just really excited about it to have you come because we've had so many great featured authors. And for some reason, every year, somebody special comes to our minds and we all agree on it. It happened last year and the year before that I remember. And of course, some others that I wasn't involved with, but this is just perfect for our 20th anniversary. And so at any rate, I will be putting up the announcement on the website and Facebook, and hopefully I can get it onto the internet, onto Twitter. And so I'll be sending you a copy of the announcement, and y'all can do your thing however you want to do it.
Like I said, we're super excited. I know, and when we joined in 2016, actually, I won second place for Strength from Within, or not Strength from Within.
Yes, you did.
Seasons of Change. It was for Seasons of Change, the first book in the Grace Restored series. I missed it by 1/10 of a point. It's what I understood by first place.
It was real close.
In 2019, I actually won first place for Army Rising, an adult fiction, and I won third place for Hearts United, an adult fiction from their Divine Legacy series. And I was absolutely floored and absolutely thrilled. And knowing that they're just standard, everyday, regular readers just thrills me even more because I love readers. I am their biggest fan.
I'm exactly excited about what you and Lydia are doing with your work now. Both of you. I can't wait to get a hold of Tutton Ramsey's. It's gonna be fun.
Lydia's book that launched on February 8th, Tutton Ramsey's, that's getting entered this year, and I'm entering Chains Broken, which is the final book in the Divine Legacy series and the final book overall for Team Angel. So it shuts all three series as it's the final book for them. And so that was just launched in September and had really good responses regarding that.
I haven't gotten it yet, so I have to do that so I can read it. But the other thing that I'm looking forward to is something that I don't think you've been announcing too much yet, but it's Chief and Sarge are going to be fun.
Yeah, Chief and Sarge will actually make an appearance with me.
Good.
I'm working with an illustrator regarding their book right now. But Chief and Sarge are Chief the Koala and Sarge the Monkey. And they do real life adventures, which you can follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And we're turning those adventures into actual books. I just got the logo a little while ago, and so I share that. And they went with me and my sister, like I said, Ella Mann from manwrites.com. We went to TVUCon in February, and they were with us, and they were a hit. People love getting their pictures taken with them. So.
Yeah. Well, just having this come up, because I've been kind of following your journey with them. Speaking of journeys, I've been following your journey with them, and they do a lot of traveling.
They do. It's called Chief and Sarge and the Serenity Acres crew. We all love when they come with us. whether it's to the store, whether it's to, I've taken them to the USS Kidd, we've taken them to Naval Air Station Pensacola, Naval Air Station Jacksonville,
Right.
taken them to hospitals for a visit.
And that's coming to the North Texas Book Festival?
They'll be coming to the North Texas Book Festival, so that will be documented as well. We've taken them on a cruise, and that will actually be their first
Yeah,
book.
I saw that cruise. I thought that was going to be a lot of fun for them.
Yeah, when we went on the cruise, my husband Trevor actually got a phone behind both Chief and Sarge. He took them down separate times, and so there's a video on their Instagram of them actually going down the water slide.
Oh, that's going to be so fun.
So yeah, it's really cute. But our time is short, but I wanted to thank you so much for sharing a portion of your heart with us, Katherine.
Well, thank you for having me, and North Texas Book Festival really appreciates it because this will help us with our mission.
Mm-hmm. Well, we really appreciate you and everything that you guys do for not just for literacy itself, but for the many grants that you guys do and the different awards that you guys do and all the advertising you guys do. And we know that literacy is at the heart of it. And that is where your heart lies. And
yes, it
really
is.
appreciate that. Again, the website for them. I'm sorry?
What do you expect from a former librarian?
Hey, that's what it goes. My mother was a 6th grade teacher for 26 years. And literacy is super important. So
right, it certainly is. So
again, you can find them at ntbf.org. So that's ntbf.org, and we hope to see you in August for the North Texas Book Festival.
I'm excited.
I'm CJ Peterson of cjpetersonwrites.com, and this has been The Journey is Real, where they would talk to real people with real passions who share a real portion of their heart. Until next time.